So, I have to tell you what happened to me last week.
What happened?
I was on a video call, a long one, 2 hours, and I had my camera on the whole time.
Oh no.
And at the very end, my friend messages me privately. She says, "Lena, your face."
Your face?
My face. I looked completely, I don't even know, like I was somewhere else. Like I was sleeping with my eyes open.
That has happened to me too. Last month, actually. I was at this event, really long, really slow, and I told someone after, I said, I was so boring the whole time.
You were boring?
Yeah, I was so boring. It went on forever.
Max,
What?
you just told me you were boring. Do you know what that means?
What do you mean?
You said you were boring. That means other people were sitting there thinking, this guy has nothing interesting to say. This guy is putting everyone to sleep.
That's not... I didn't mean that.
I know you didn't, but that's exactly what it sounds like. Hey, welcome to the TalkMates. I'm Lena.
And I'm Max, and apparently I've been accidentally insulting myself for years.
This is a podcast for English learners. Every episode, we take one real situation, something that happens in normal life, and we look at the English inside it. And if you're just starting out, this episode is made for you. We're keeping everything simple today. One small difference. One very big mistake.
A mistake I have been making, it turns out, for a very long time.
He really has. Okay, so let's go back to what Max said, because this is one of the most common errors in English. I hear it constantly, from beginners, from intermediate learners, sometimes even from people who've been studying for years.
So, what did I actually mean to say?
You meant to say, I was so bored.
Bored, not boring.
Not boring. And here's the thing. They look almost the same. They sound almost the same. One letter different at the end. But they mean completely different things.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Think of it this way. Bored is how you feel. It's inside you. It's your emotion. Boring is the thing causing that feeling. The situation, the event, the 2-hour video call with no end in sight.
So the call was boring, and I was bored because of the call.
Exactly. The call was boring. You were bored. 2 different words, 2 different jobs.
And if I say, I was boring,
You're saying something is wrong with you. You're saying you are the kind of person who makes other people want to leave the room.
which is a very different message.
Very different. And the reason this mistake happens, most English learners translate directly from their first language. In a lot of languages, there's just one word for this feeling, one form. English makes you choose, and that choice matters.
It forces you to be specific.
It does. And once you understand the difference, really understand it, you won't mix them up again. Let me give you a situation. A simple one.
Okay.
You're watching a film. An hour in, nothing has happened. The story isn't moving. You've checked your phone 3 times. You're looking at the ceiling.
I know this feeling very well.
How do you describe yourself in that moment?
I'm bored.
Good. And how do you describe the film?
The film is boring.
Perfect. You are bored. The film is boring. You feel bored because the film is boring. All 3 sentences work together.
So you can actually use both words in one sentence?
You can. I was bored because the film was so boring. That's a perfectly natural sentence. A native speaker would say exactly that.
I was bored because the film was so boring. Okay, I can hear how that works now.
Good. Say it a few more times in your head. or out loud if you're somewhere private. I was bored. The film was boring. I was bored because the film was so boring.
It's a useful sentence.
It is. And now let's try another situation. You're waiting. Somewhere slow. A queue maybe. No phone. Imagine, no phone. Just you and the wait.
That sounds like a nightmare.
How do you feel?
Bored? Very bored.
And the wait itself?
The wait is boring. Extremely boring.
Good. You are bored. The wait is boring. Same pattern every time.
It's the same logic no matter what the situation is.
Exactly. The thing, the film, the wait, the meeting, the call, that thing is boring. And you, the person experiencing it, you are bored.
The thing is boring. The person is bored.
Write that down if it helps. The thing is boring. The person is bored.
What about other words? Is it just bored and boring?
No. And this is what makes the pattern so useful. Once you learn it once, you can apply it to other words too. Think about tired.
Tired. Like when you need sleep?
That's one use. But there's also tiring. If you move to a new place, new home, everything is unfamiliar, boxes everywhere, nothing is where it should be, that process is tiring.
And at the end of it, you feel tired.
Exactly. The process is tiring. You are tired because of it. Tiring is the cause. Tired is the feeling.
So it's the same pattern. Bored, boring, tired, tiring.
Same pattern. Always. The ed ending tells you about the person. The ing ending tells you about the thing or the situation.
That's a really clean rule. Once you see it, it's obvious.
It is obvious, but only once someone shows it to you. Most textbooks just give you a list. Memorize these words. But if you understand the pattern underneath, you don't need to memorize. You just apply it.
The pattern does the work for you.
Exactly. Okay, now I want to show you where this goes wrong. Because there's one version of this mistake I hear more than any other.
More than I was boring?
Same mistake, different situation. Imagine someone asks you, how was the party last night?
And I want to say it wasn't very exciting.
Right. So what's the wrong version, the mistake version?
I was boring.
And if you say that, what are you actually telling them?
That I was the dull one? That I personally made the party worse? That people were trying to avoid me?
Exactly. You're describing yourself as the problem, but you meant to describe the party.
So the right version is,
I was bored, or the party was boring. Both are correct. Both say what you actually mean.
and I was boring means something completely different.
Completely different. Okay, here's another one. You're in a long online class. The teacher talks for 90 minutes. You understand maybe 40% of it. You're drifting in and out. At the end, your friend asks, "How was it?"
And the wrong answer is,
"I was very boring during the class."
oh, that's bad.
That's very bad. Now you're saying you were the boring one. You were the person making the class worse for everyone else.
When actually the class was boring, and I was bored.
Exactly. The class was boring. You were bored. The ing goes with the class. The ed goes with you.
Okay. And even people who've been learning English for years get this wrong?
All the time. Because no one ever stops to explain the pattern. They correct the word and move on. But the correction doesn't stick unless you understand why.
Once you understand why, it actually stays with you.
It does. And here's one more situation. You have a long call with someone. Maybe technical support, maybe work-related. It goes on much longer than expected. There were long silences, a lot of waiting. At the end, you tell your friend,
That call was so boring.
"Good. And how did you feel?"
I was bored the whole time.
Perfect. Natural. Exactly right. The call was boring. You were bored. That's all it takes.
It sounds so simple when you say it like that.
It is simple. The mistake just comes from not knowing the pattern. Once you know it, it's simple every time. Let's do some practice. Your turn now.
Okay. Listener, this is for you too. Don't just listen. Try to answer before Max does.
I'll give you a situation. You think about how to say it. Then Max will answer. Ready?
Ready.
Situation 1. You had a job interview today. It was very long. The interviewer asked the same questions again and again. You were watching the clock. How do you describe yourself? And how do you describe the interview?
Pause here if you want. Say your answer out loud. Then come back and listen to mine.
Max, your answer.
The interview was boring, and I was bored the whole time.
Good. Both correct. You described yourself with bored. You described the interview with boring. That's exactly right.
And I used both in the same answer, naturally.
That's the goal. Situation 2. You started a new online course this week. The videos are very long. The teacher speaks slowly. Nothing is surprising. You wanted to stop after the first video.
The course is boring, and after 10 minutes, I was bored.
Perfect. Now, what's the wrong version of that second sentence?
I was boring after 10 minutes.
And what does that accidentally say?
That I became a dull person. That something happened to my personality 10 minutes in.
Exactly. Very different meaning. Very easy mistake to avoid once you know the pattern.
Okay, one more?
One more. You went for a long walk. It was the same path, same view, same everything. No music, no podcast, just walking.
The walk was boring, and honestly, I was bored by the end of it.
Great. All 3 correct. You've got it.
It's starting to feel automatic.
That's exactly where you want it. Not a rule you think about, just something you know. Okay, we're coming to the end. Let's bring it back.
So, bored, boring. What do we actually need to remember?
One thing. One clean rule. The ed ending describes how you feel. The ing ending describes what's causing it.
The person is bored. The thing is boring.
The journey is tiring. You feel tired after it. Same pattern, works every time.
And the mistake, the one I was making, is putting the ing ending on yourself.
I was boring, which means I am a dull person who makes other people suffer.
Not what anyone is trying to say.
Usually not. So from now on, check the ending. Is it describing you? Use ed. Is it describing a situation or a thing? Use ing.
I was bored. The meeting was boring. I was bored because the meeting was so boring.
That's it. That's the whole lesson. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who's learning English, especially someone who's been calling themselves boring by accident.
That was me. For years, apparently.
Thanks for listening to the TalkMates. We'll be back soon.
See you next time.